Godfrey. See, you think that we don't hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. We hear you. And how you really feel has been slipping out. Let's take a look.
And by the way, David Oyelowo has apologized, but British black people do not have a perspective of American blacks.
Don't even get it.
But the fact is that these mistakes need to happen so we can talk about it, so we can have people. I think David probably didn't mean it that way, but the British black experience is so different than the black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient. They don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people can listen. Hold up.
It definitely sounded like some white. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It was whack, but I said I'm sorry, but it definitely sounded like some white. I get it.
But what I'm saying is, that's what. Where do you think they're colonized? It's colonial mentality. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think people were responding because we appreciate the fact that, although your heritage is Nigerian, listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand.
Yeah, but I grew up. First of all, I grew up in Chicago.
We were a little surprised by your reaction.
What y'all were thinking, because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
I didn't make him say that. All of that, because you all sit there and try to pick at the
right there. You think because you grew up in Chicago that you have a bigger stake to this than those that have had 400 years of history on this soil? Right there. Right there. Instead of listening to what we are telling you, and just as, and here's the thing, even David Oyelowo had to listen and apologize, whether the apology was really how he felt or not, or heartfelt apology, he still had to do it. You're going to sit there on your high horse and tell we think. That's what I'm saying. Your slip is showing.
Waiting. First of all, me and Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right. I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around. Chicago's the most segregated city in this country. So I know what black Americans are like because I was stopped by cops, harassed by cops. Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, parent, first off.
We're not parent. That's what he said. Okay? No, but we are the ones that have been here. You were raised in Chicago. Honey, my parents, I can trace my lineage to the 1700s. What about you? What about you? You want to talk about I can talk about what my mother went through, what my father went through, what my grandparents went through, what my great-great-grandparents went through, what my great-great-great-grandparents went through, what my great-great-great-great-grandparents went through, what my great-great-great-great-grandparents went through. Don't you dare fix your mouth to act like you have the same affiliation with this country that we do. Don't fix, and this is the problem. And then you're going to act like we didn't hear what you said. Let me remind you of what you said.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes, because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this.
Now we are free again.
Now we are free. We are released.
Yes. You said, and then we are free. See, you want to put it all on David Oyelowo, but you don't want to sit there and talk about the jokes that you made, the words that came out of your mouth. And we are going to check you every freaking time that you come out your face incorrectly. And if you got a problem with it, then shut your mouth. about us. Sit there and talk about your Nigerian heritage and what you go through in Nigeria and stop talking about us, because every time you come out your face incorrectly, we're going to check it. And if you fuck up, you're going to say, where's the apology? Because you fucked up. Where's the apology? You sitting there acting like you ain't do nothing wrong. Where's the apology? No, you too big for your britches. And we're going to make sure that you know that. And we're going to let you know. We're going to take you down a peg. Because you don't know who you are. You forgot your place. Talking about us. You are not us.
David said it. So to villainize, that's trying to have a... See, what we're doing is we're trying to work out our kinks. People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast. It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we got to talk about these things. But
it's not a therapeutic podcast. It's a podcast where y'all sit around, a bunch of y'all Africans sit around us. And this is the problem. It's not therapy. So stop lying. And you think that we're so dumb that we don't understand what we're watching. We see you. We hear you. And your little friends. You think we playing with you?
to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you motherfuckers are my parent. None of you. Nobody's perfect. You do a podcast and do better then. But my thing is, I'm doing this for the good of all of us to bridge a gap and all this, oh, you're a tether, you're a this. You can, not talking to you, miss. I'm just saying in the general.
See, and this is the problem. You're here in our country and we're telling you what it is and you telling us what we could go eat. When you sit in there, the descendants of slave sellers, and you know I'm about to ask my famous question now, have you lost your slave selling mind? We already know that a lot of the Nigerians that are here, they are the descendants of the slave sellers. You sitting there, descendants of slave sellers, and got the nerve to fix your mouth and tell us what you ain't and what you is and ain't gonna do? This is the problem that we had. We're letting you know that was disrespectful. You were disrespectful. But your response, instead of an apology for your we sit here and tell you how disrespectful what you did is, and you tell us to go. And you think that we're going to support you, or we're going to trash you every chance we get. So get ready. Pull up your big boy britches. Y'all keep wanting to treat us like we are the guests. You are the guests. This is our country. This is our homeland. You are the guest. I don't care if you grew up in South Central. I don't care if you grew up in Chicago. You are the guest. This is our country. Don't you dare come here.
But
okay,
you
right.
can real. I'm a tether. I'm a this. All these terms for a bunch of traumatized black folk. It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to black life, very well-read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, a Savior's Day. I met Stokely Carmichael. I met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you? Did you? I can question a lot of people on.
You met Stokely Carmichael. You met this person. You met that person. You're and this is the thing. And clearly, how good was that reading? How good did that... What good did that do you? You still sitting here completely oblivious to the fact that you are a guest. What good did all that reading get you? You are still sitting here, holier than thou, in our country, a guest in our country. And this is the problem. We don't care how many books you read. We're telling you, you are being disrespectful. And you're going to tell us that because you read books and you met a couple of people that you're not being disrespectful? The hell you are. You are being disrespectful and you need to fix it. But you sitting there too big for your britches, telling us what disrespect is. No, we are the soil. We are the foundational Black Americans. We tell you what is disrespectful, and then you fix yourself.
At the same time, let me just say real quick.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you.
A measure on blackness, and you gonna stomp us? Like I said, show me your great-great-grandparents' grave. Go. Show me your show me. Show me any lineage, any blood, anything that you have in this soil. You have nothing. So don't you dare equate a couple of books you read and a couple of people that you spoke to or met to our lineage, to this soil. The unmitigated gall of these slave sellers.
It's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity. Say that to me. It's not sensitivity. It's passion, because I'm on point. I'm not here to make you like, don't try to play good guy. Like, you're getting sensitive. No, this is, and I'm real about it. When people go, oh, you shouldn't have that.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you keep switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, as much as I speak up for Black women, what do you think that does to me in this business when I'm speaking up for you guys? I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't think about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off.
I get it. All right.
So because you speak up for Black women and because that's what your sexual preference, we should allow you to disrespect our lineage? That's what we should allow you to do? Yo, this is what I'm saying. The truth, Godfrey, is coming out. You feel like we owe you something. You in our country, and you feel like we owe you something. Would you be able to do what you're doing right now in Nigeria? Would you have been able to become the successful comedian that you have been in Nigeria? How about in Britain? Because that's why David Aiello brought his behind over here, because he wasn't able to accomplish what he was able to accomplish here. Because of what we have fought for, what we have bled for, what we have died for. But you think we owe you something because your sexual preference is Black women. And let me tell you something, I speak for all Black women. I could care less. If you never want to talk to another one of us again, as long as you keep our name out your mouth and stop disrespecting us as a whole, whether Black men or Black women, stop disrespecting foundational Black Americans on your stink ass, silly ass, foreign ass podcast. We are sick of the disrespect, and we are going to check you every single time. Any books you read, you met, every time you fix your mouth on us and it's disrespectful, we gonna check you on it. And if you don't like it, stop. Keep our names out of your stinking ass slave selling mouth.
Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you speak to this? I really was just trying to say that I was just surprised, to be honest, throughout the whole interview. I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying I felt like...
Well, first of all, I don't even remember when he said...
You really weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't even paying attention. First of all, we were having such a... First of all, the interview was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
They were like... I said, what did David say?
But I'm going to tell you something. I watched it, and I know, like, I could always tell when you're not there.
Yes.
You were holding the cards and you were just reading off, and it went through.
Well, I don't even remember
when he said you bring a little subservience.
He said that he was checked out. I want you to remember exactly what he was doing. He was sitting there cracking jokes and falling out his chair, checked out.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes. Because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this.
Now we are free again.
Now we are free.
You was sitting there making excuses for him. And then he goes on to say that he's a foundational Black American with that Hispanic accent. Now, I don't know who this guy is. I really don't. But I automatically thought he was a Hispanic. He sounds like a Hispanic. So I question, you know, whether he's a foundational Black American. Y'all can let me know, because I don't know who this is. I honestly, look at his outfit. Look at those pants. And the shoes. He don't look like a Hispanic to you. Look, child, look, let me tell you something. If you's a foundational Black American, that's shocking. But even if you are, I don't care if you are. You don't speak for the rest of us. You don't. If you want to sit here and have and give him a pass on it, the rest of us are not. We are going to check him. If you don't check your boy, we're going to check you too.
And the East, but you got to understand something. We get this. I've gotten this from Haitian people. I've got this from Caribbean people. How about this? People talk, I'm FBA, and I get it from FBAs because I'm light-skinned. So what we're talking about is overall Black trauma that exceeds on, and we're always ready to go hard on Black folks. Even when we talk about the roast with Kevin Hart has made Black millionaires. He's done where people had generational wealth for their family for the rest of their lives, and then all of a sudden, because a white boy is white boying and doing what he does, then everybody wants to turn on Kevin Hart.
Right.
He should have did this. Y'all don't hate Derek Chauvin. I've said this a bunch of times, and every time I say this, people act like I'm crazy. People hate Candace Owens more than they hate Derek Chauvin. They hate the woman, and don't get me wrong, Candace Owens, I don't want to be clear, but we hate her for talking about George Floyd more than we hate the white cop that murdered him on film.
We have hatred for both. Y'all think that we got these tiny little hearts and we can only hate certain people. Oh no, we can hate you all equally, some more than others. So you talking nonsense. And again, I question your FBA-ness. I question where you from talking this nonsense. We got more hatred for Candace Owens. Oh, we hate them both. I can't stand Candace, and I can't stand Derek Chauvin. And I'll put it this way. I'll put Derek Chauvin. I hate Derek Chauvin more because he's a unaliver of a Black person. But she creates the environment that gives cover to the unalivers. So she's a very close second, okay? And you keep talking, you coming in third.
That's straight trauma.
It's like I said. Right. It's like I said. With David, the fact that you all are going to hold on. First of all, right, David, he's going to. David is getting like dragged, which is good, and this is good. But to come at me, I'm like, oh, man. And first of all, David Ayuolo, when he did Martin Luther King, he raised money for that. He busted his ass it took him 7 years to make that. And he hired nothing but African Americans. He hired Common, right, who played Masavio's dad. Remember Masavio? Yeah. But Common played Masavio's father, who was with Dr. King. He hired a lot of African Americans. Now he has a platform called Mansa with Nate Parker, who's Black American. Yeah. He's literally hiring and putting people to work. But
we stand on the sideline, we do nothing, and then we criticize everything that Black people do.
Exactly.
But on the same sense, this is a white supremacy society that turns us against, because they do give these parts to black British actors, because there is the same way, there's no way in the world they would have let Barack Obama run for the president if he was African American, because there's a class system that says that African Americans are at the bottom of the class system. They will not they need to hold us. When you talk about patriotic assimilation, part of patriotic assimilation is assimilating into the racism against African Americans.
They said just because you're gay, you don't have to sit gay.
You can't help it.
There you go.
Nah,
that was really funny. Them dumb folded legs. He does that little yoga move.
I'm gonna sit as gay as I can and still.
But either way, like I said, I'm not like screaming, but I'm saying I'm okay being passionate like this, because Karen is trying to jump off on, because all the podcasting. Now she's trying to do the podcast move. Like, let me dog Godfrey, blah, blah. And when someone said apologize to Karen, I haven't talked to her in 6 years.
And I don't care nothing about
Here's
that.
the thing. I don't even know Karen that well, but it's obviously this is what Karen's doing. This podcast is very popular. Your other podcast was very popular. You're very popular. I just looked at her following. She's doing terrible. So
I care nothing about
the
that.
reason why she's talking about everyone who's doing well is because she wants to be affiliated with people who are doing
Karen
well.
is hysterical. You're Black Karen.
Like, that's what it is.
Listen. Like I said, I appreciate you calling and stuff and you talking. My passion, I wanted to hype it up because I'm in that mood.
Well, now you got us hyped.
Like, my whole purpose of what I do is very pro us. And nobody's perfect. Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. Malcolm X wasn't. Muhammad Ali wasn't perfect. He dogged Joe Frazier, who helped him out in the boxing game. But you look at what Muhammad sacrificed for black people, like literally his whole career, not going to Vietnam. So there's other things. But when we make these mistakes and just go, no, but look what you did. I go, but look at all the done. Like, I got white women go, you don't like white? Well, you only like black? I go, I prefer black women. It has nothing to do with not liking. I like women, but I like black women the most. It has nothing to do with, but you got women that are in positions that are looking at me like, he only like black girls. They look, I'm always speaking up for us all. Let me tell you something.
You just told the truth on how you really feel, okay? You sat there and you said and made it seem as if that you only deal with black women, when in actuality you deal with all women, but you know what I'm saying? Your preference in front of us is black women. But when you get around them other women, you telling them the truth. Oh, no, it's not that I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say what I gotta say because I'm in America and I want to take advantage of the black American audience and use them to get to a certain point in my career. So I have to say what I have to say. This is the line that I have to walk. But and behind the scenes, you letting the snow buddies know they still got a chance. Yeah, see, we see you. And this is the thing. This is the one good thing about these podcasts. Whether you guys are drunk when you do these podcasts, because I see you taking sips of that beer. And I know beer is not, the most intoxicating thing, but I see you taking sips. So I don't know if you drunk off the libations, or if you're drunk or just off the clicks, the views, the likes, or whatever. But your true heart is spilling out of your slave-selling mouth. And the problem is that you don't think that we hear you, but we hear you. We are picking apart everything you're saying. And if you don't want that to happen, keep us out your mouth.
Black people, I would be on 3 sitcoms by now. I'd be real cooning and tap dancing. For real.
Seem like you're cooning and tap dancing now. That's what it seemed like to me. Maybe you cooning and tap dancing all of a sudden because you realize that this pro-black stuff ain't getting you far in your career. And now it seems like you cooning and tap dancing right now. You making up for lost time.
No, but I don't do that.
I would say this. nobody, I bet you all the black people that they focus on, nobody can tell you the name of the white boys that tracked down Ahmaud Arbery and shot him in the street. I bet you nobody knows what their name is.
Stop. We don't know what their name is. There's so many things happening to us in this country. It is hard to keep track. So stop it. Stop it. And again, I question your background with them tight ass pants on and them church shoes on and that tight ass shirt. Where's your mama from? Where's your daddy from? Somebody let me know. Because you know you're not dressing like a foundational Black American. You are dressing like a Hispanic. Okay? All you missing is a cowboy hat and a big ass buckle.
Put it, if you know his name, don't look it up. But if you know his name, put it in the chat. This is the thing. We have all this vitriol for black folks. No vitriol for the
Oh, yeah. Dante, they did a study. This is at IKIM39 said, hey, wait. Don, they did studies. It's a form of assimilation that whites feel more comfortable around foreign blacks, hence Hollywood being partial to them playing a role. So it's not insecurity. Because I really feel that the black American feels like it feels like you remind white people of the oppression of what they did to you.
They did.
So the British black doesn't remind it because it's separate. It's a different type of black. So it's like, oh, hello. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, wow, he's more. It's like
it's safe.
It's like an upgrade from iPhone 2 to iPhone 17.
But also just the voice.
Stop right there, and I'm done. I'm done because I couldn't even listen to no more. I'm done. The upgrade? The upgrade? Godfrey? The British black is the upgrade to the American black? First of all, who is subservient? They like y'all because y'all don't give them no pushback. That's what you mean when you say that we remind them every time they pull, just like we doing with you right now, Godfrey. Every time they open their mouth and say some foolishness or some racistness or racist stuff, we are holding them accountable. You guys aren't doing that. Look at BAFTA. Y'all aren't holding them accountable. So who is the subservient one? And this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say how you really feel is slipping out. Slipping out. We see your soul. It's too late, Godfrey. You have shown us your soul, the soul of a slave seller.
Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm. Love you. Bye.